Good morning. I open December 2nd agenda briefing open. Invocation will be by Commissioner Chris Gurley. Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Gurley. Organization, County Attorney Andrew Neal presiding. Approval minutes. Discussion adjustment of agenda. Special presentations. Motion to approve resolution 2538. Yeah.
Originally on your agenda, you had a unfinished business item. We removed that to a future meeting.
Okay, where's that
That was
at?
the opioid settlement funds, I think. If you looked at it yesterday, it was on there yesterday. The copy she printed today
Oh, okay.
does not have it, but want to make sure you're clear that there's no unfinished
Okay.
business.
And I do too.
That's all though.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Do we have any adjustments to the agenda?
Yes, I want to add under new business, a resolution honoring the life and legacy of Ms. Adine George, founder of HGDC Community Crisis Center. I've talked it over with the board members, and if we could move it to number 14 for new business, that'd be great. Thank you.
Anything else?
It needs to be added under new business. I
No,
imagine he wants
no,
to
not
read
a
it.
special presentation.
Would it be appropriate to adjust the number there to have?
Yeah, I
that?
do have it up there as item number, as I have a resolution 2025-39.
But if it'd be appropriate to move it to 13 and move 13 to 14, since we might have some more discussion on the vacancy.
Well, we were trying to keep distance between the recognition on Wayne.
Understand?
I think what he's saying, though, is to add that as the first item of new business.
Yeah, but we wanted to have as much distance between the
resolution.
recognition on Wayne and that resolution and this resolution. So if everybody's okay, if we can keep that at 14.
Yeah.
And Commissioner Williams, that resolution number may change because there are other resolutions for the next meeting that would come before that number. So I'll have to let you know what that is.
That's no problem.
When it's in the minutes.
Thank you.
All right. Moving along, number 5, approve resolution 2025-38, honoring the life of the late Commissioner George Wayne Aycock, Jr. And I think I would like to read that.
Got it.
All right, appointment committee, number 6. Motion to reappoint Robert Dinges and appoint Megan Hare to the Goldsboro Wayne Transportation Authority Advisory Board. Number 7, budget amendment. Good morning.
Morning.
We're going to start with budget amendment number 171 from the Sheriff's Office. The purpose of this budget amendment is to appropriate funds received from calendar ad sales to utilize for the Sheriff's Office needs. Number 173 is also from the Sheriff's Office. Purpose of this budget amendment is to appropriate funds received from insurance proceeds for wrecked vehicles. These vehicles were originally purchased using federally seized asset monies. Therefore, the insurance payouts must be allocated to the same line item.
Andy, why was the fund balance appropriated there?
Because when the money fell, it happened last year, so it fell out into fund balance, so it has to be appropriated in seized property. So it's a reappropriation.
Well, the other question that I had, is you said there were vehicles?
Yes.
How many vehicles were there?
It appears to be just one.
Just one.
Yes, sir.
Well, even at that, it brings another question. Is there someone that actually goes behind the insurance company to validate the amount of money that they are paying, totaling these vehicles out, whether or not it is accurate? Because $13,000 doesn't sound like a whole lot of money on a vehicle.
The actual amount was $26,000.
Well, that sounds better.
The only amount that needed to be reappropriated of that 26 was the 14.
But our
Okay.
shop, that we do validate whether the vehicles are beyond repair.
That's good to hear. Thank you.
Number 174, purpose of this budget amendment is to anticipate and appropriate ROPE grant funds for fiscal year 25-26. That's the Rural Operating Assistance Funds.
Could you explain to me what that is? I mean,
Thank you for asking. I wanted to, but I didn't want to have three questions in a row.
oh, come on, join me.
These are grant funds that we receive every year from the Department of Transportation. They are what's called EdTAP, Employment RGP funds, that get actually sent over to Gateway to help with transportation needs.
Okay, so this money is
It's passed
allocated
through.
to, okay.
It's a pass-through.
Yes, ma'am.
It's the GWTA annual operating funds budget, like federal funds for their budget.
Okay.
We just don't know what that amount is when we're creating the budget, so we wait to appropriate once we know the exact amount. The next one is 176. This is for the library. This is to appropriate funding from a donation made by James and Mary Ann Parker, designated for programming for senior outreach. The next one is also for the library, number 179. This budget amendment is to appropriate a donation from Frank and Sally Borden Foundation and a donation award for William H. Roberts Public Library Distinguished Service Award. Number 182 is also the library. This is to appropriate grant funding from the State Library of North Carolina for the annual recurring state aid funds. Number 184 is from Cooperative Extension. Purpose of this budget amendment is to appropriate donations given for Save the Farm programming to cover expenses. $185 is also Cooperative Extension. This is to appropriate donation given from ECA Foundation to cover expenses for Christmas on the Farm. $186 is Health Department. This is to appropriate additional grant funds that were awarded by the Agreement Addendum 116 Revision 1 for Healthy Beginnings programs to use for additional incentives for participants. And finally, number 187 is also the Health Department. This is to appropriate additional grant funds awarded by Agreement Addendum 452 for the BCCCP program to increase the screening targets and/or diagnostic services to the North Carolina BCCCP enrolled patients.
Thank you.
That is all that I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie. All right, number 8, late present use value applications.
There's just one of those. It's for, forestry present use value assessment, 102 acres, and it's been approved by the tax department.
Number 9, motion to approve the preliminary plat for Laurel Fields subdivision. Mr. Berry, how are you this morning?
Good morning.
Morning.
All right, the Laurel Field subdivision is a preliminary plat, so this is the beginning of the process for subdivision. So at this point, nothing is on the ground. It will come back before you at a later time once all the improvements are in as a final plat. So with this subdivision, they're proposing 26 lots. It is a smaller subdivision out on 222 West, not far from the intersection of 581. The average lot size is about 30,000 square feet, so it's about 7/10 of an acre average lot size, and the planning board has reviewed this and does recommend approval.
Where exactly is that?
The what, I'm sorry?
Where exactly is this?
It's about half a mile where 222 and 581 come in together. It is just east of 581, that intersection, but it's the
Yeah, I know
north
what's
side of
that now.
222. Yep. About half a mile east of
I
there.
don't know what's that.
All right, any questions?
Next one's a preliminary plat for Saddleback Farms subdivision.
All right. Saddleback Farms. This is a preliminary plat as well. This is out on Owen Farm Road. It's just off of 117 north of Fremont. And I will, if you'll note the plat that's on the screen in front of you or on the wall, you'll see there's a dashed line that kind of cuts through it. To the left of the screen, the far left is Owen Farm where the entrance is. So basically, all that from Owen Farm to that dashed line is Fremont's jurisdiction. The back part of the subdivision, it's about 11 lots there in the very back, or those are in the county's jurisdiction. So because part of it did go into the county, we're responsible for review and approval of just that part there in the back to the right of that dashed line. So the front part, from what I understand, has already been to Fremont's town board for approval, I believe a couple of weeks ago. But they're just waiting for the back part to be approved by this board at this point.
Are these septic tanks?
They will be, yes, ma'am. The average lot size is about 37,000 square feet, or around 8/10 of an acre, 9/10 of an acre. Total in the subdivision, there's 49 lots, but as I said, 11 of those are in the county, the ones that you're actually approving. So when you get the final plat, whenever they construct a subdivision, you'll only be reviewing the final plat for those back 11.
Is that a power line easement through the middle of it?
It is, yes, sir.
If it's an easement going through the lot, there like a lot, I think it's 24. I mean, I've never seen one go through a lot like that.
Are you talking about 18? That's not the easement. The
You
easement.
talking about right here?
No, that's the difference between Fremont's this way.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
there's
Where's the
there's
easement?
the
Oh,
easement
okay.
right
Yeah, it does cut through. The way they tried to do it, they left enough room in those lots that are beside those easements for a house to be built, so they wouldn't get encroach, of course, into that easement, which they couldn't anyway, wouldn't allow them to build under that. So they did leave enough room on one side
Okay,
or
well,
the
that's
other
what I
of
was
that.
asking, yeah.
Their stormwater design did include the area inside Fremont's.
Do what, I'm sorry?
The stormwater design calculations did include the interior, Fremont lots.
It did.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right, any questions?
Good,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Barry.
Thank you, Barry.
All right, we'll move on to number 11. Motion to approve the Wayne County Volunteer Fire Department funding agreement for Princeton Volunteer Fire Department.
When I was reviewing the agenda, that did not pull up on mine. Didn't have the actual.
Package.
Maybe Andrew can just give us a briefing on it.
That's the section for, at Oakland, for Oakland Fire Department, was serving in Johnson County.
Princeton volunteer?
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the section where Oakland was actually serving in Johnston County, I think. Where Oakland was, yeah, in the Princeton Fire District? Is that the side or is that the part in the Hunt?
I think it's a part of Princeton serving inside of Wayne.
But beforehand, it was the other way around, is what I'm saying.
Was it?
Yeah.
So they had, in a previous meeting, a month or so ago, you approved all the others, and this one was late for whatever reason Brian did not necessarily say. But it is,
Oh, so you're, yeah. You're
and I
right.
apologize, it is not in there.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Princeton Volunteer Fire Department, and it's exactly the same as the big stack that you guys approved. You approved all others but this one.
So Princeton is providing fire protection in Wayne County?
Yeah, just a little brief, small area,
Kind of out about, almost, well, yeah,
right on 70, isn't it?
yeah. Right there by the
Just
county
a
line.
small portion. That occurs in a lot of spots, though. And we provide protection. Some of our fire departments go outside of Wayne County into other counties as well.
If it's more than 6 miles, then you got to have another department to serve. If not, they don't have any, their rating is a 9.
Oh, okay, I see
Well,
what you're
actually,
saying.
I'll say it's a 9, it might be a 10,
Yeah, I don't know what the actual rating
Makes
is.
sense, makes sense. Okay. And we've done this, renewed it every year, basically, have we not?
Yes, sir,
Yes.
this just happens to be a late
Okay.
one.
It was left out of that original stack.
More question? Okay. Number 12, motion to approve the final upset bid for sale of surplus property located on 305 Vance Street, Fremont.
Yes, ma'am. This was a property that you all approved the original bid on several meetings ago, and we went through the upset bid process, received 2 bids. So the new bid was $6,000. I will note in the public notice that was in your packet, it says it's jointly owned by Wayne County and the city of Fremont. The notice that ran did, or it said Wayne County and the city of Goldsboro. The correct notice actually said Wayne County and the town of Fremont, so it ran correctly. But it, since there were 2 upset bids, it needed to come back to you for approval.
What was the bids?
5,000 was the original, and then it was upset twice.
So the current bid is,
6,000.
Moving on to new business. Discussion of appointment process to fill vacancy on the Board of Commissioners.
We'll discuss that at 9.
Okay. Number 14, add-on resolution for Miss A.D. George, founder of HGDC Community Crisis Center. Commissioner Williams will present that.
Yes, thank you.
Public comments, county manager report, Board of Commissioner reports, closed session. Do we have a closed session?
Yes, ma'am, and we can do that before our meeting at 9.
Before the meeting at 9?
Yes, ma'am, we can go in now and probably get that taken care of.
Madam Chair, I move we go into closed session.
All right.
And that would be to consult with your attorney employed by the board to retain attorney-client privilege and to discuss matters relating to location or expansion of industries within the county.
Hold on 1 second, please, before you vote. So that was attorney-client and location of business. All right, and all those in
Commissioner Doherty
favor?
made this. Okay, we're now out of closed session. Do we need to recess?
Yes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Good morning. I open the December 2nd, 2025 regular board meeting. Invocation will be Commissioner Chris Gurley.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for bringing us safely to our meeting this morning. We ask that you give us the wisdom and knowledge that will allow us to make the best decisions, or make decisions that will best benefit all of our citizens. We ask that you comfort those of us that have lost loved ones this past year as it hits a little harder during the holiday season. Now I ask that you keep us all safe during this time as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Thank you, Commissioner. Pledge allegiance, Commissioner Gurley. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, organization, County Attorney Andrew Mill presiding.
Good morning. So it is our first meeting in December, and per statute, the board is required to elect a chairman to govern for the following year, to lead the board. So what I will do is I will open it up for nominations, and then we will vote on that. Once we have a new chairman, I'll turn that over to the new chairman, who will oversee the election of the vice chairman. So I will open it up right now for nominations for chair for the following year.
Mr. Deal, I nominate Commissioner Joe Daugherty.
Are there any other nominations? If not, I'll close the nominations. All those in favor of Commissioner Daugherty for chairman, please signify by raising your right hand. That's unanimous. Congratulations, Commissioner Daugherty. I'll turn it over to you for vice chair.
Thank you. I'll open up for nominations for vice chair.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to offer this position to Commissioner Gurley. I think he will do an excellent job with you working as chairperson and him vice chair.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, all those in favor of the election of Commissioner Gurley as vice chair, please raise your right hand. Commissioner Gurley?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You vote me, you
Thank you.
should vote for yourself.
All right, we're going to move on now to the approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the November 18 minutes?
I'll make a motion we approve.
Okay, we've got a motion on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by raising your right hand. Discussion and adjustment of the agenda.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. I'd like to move, add a new item 13 under new business and renumber 13 to 14. And that's a motion to approve a resolution honoring the life and legacy of Mrs. Adine George, founder of the HGDC Community Crisis Center.
So would that be item 14?
That would be item 13, and we renumber the existing new business item as 14.
Okay, we're moving that to 13 and new business discussion as 14.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be 14.
Yeah, I thought we were going to do,
I didn't know if you wanted to discuss the appointment and filling of the vacancy of the Board of Commissioners.
We would
as
like
the
that.
last item.
as the last item.
That's up to you. You're the chair if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'd like to keep that if we can. The 13 is discussion of appointment and then 14 being the resolution.
Okay.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the adjusted agenda?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the adjusted agenda for December 2nd.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All right, special presentations. Former Chair Barbara Aycock.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to read Resolution 2025-38, a resolution honoring the life of Commissioner George Wayne Aycock, Jr. It is my honor to read this resolution. Whereas George Wayne Aycock Jr. was born March 14th, 1946 in Wayne County, North Carolina to George Wayne Aycock Sr. and Ophelia Aycock, along with his sisters and brothers Rudine, Billy, and Carlton, and was proud lifelong residents of the Nahunta community. And whereas George Wayne Aycock Jr. enjoyed his career as the owner and operator of Aycock Trucking Company. And whereas George Wayne Aycock Jr. with his wife Pam Price Aycock raised daughters Meredith and sons George Wayne Aycock, known as Trey, and William Allen, known as Will. And whereas Meredith and her husband, Mike Peters, would give him granddaughters Emily and Sarah, and Trey would give him his grandsons Grant, Tate, and Tanner, the absolute apple of his eyes. And whereas George Wayne Aycock Jr. found love again after Pam passed away, sharing his later years with the wife Linda, and a blended family including her children, Dean, Mark, Gina, and whereas Wayne's family left to treasure his memory, comforted in knowing Wayne is rejoicing with Jesus and has reunited with Pam and Emily. And whereas George Wayne Aycock Jr. was a lifetime member of Pikes Crossroad Pentecostal Holiness Church and also attended the First PH Church. And whereas George Wayne Aycock loved preserving history, especially antique tractors, was a lifelong member of the Eastern Carolina Vintage Farm Equipment Club and loved sharing his vast collections and others, including the Tar Heel Travelers from WRAL. And whereas George Wayne Aycock Jr. felt obligated to serve his community and did so in many capacities, including serving on the Wayne County Planning Board, the Northwestern Wayne Sanitary Water District, and the Wayne Community College Board of Trustees, more than 60 years with the Nahunta Fire Department, 13 years as the at-large Wayne County Commissioner, twice serving as the chairperson, and even proudly serving as the acting county manager. And whereas Commissioner Wayne Aycock will be missed for his dedications to the county, his devotion to emergency service, and his love of people, and his humble approach to giving more than he received. Now therefore, be it resolved, the Wayne County Board of Commissioners wishes to honor the life of their fellow commissioner, George Wayne Aycock Jr., and extend the deepest and sincerest condolences to his family and friends. Adopted this the second day of December 2025. Chairman Wayne Aycock, Chairman Wayne County Board of Commissioners. Attest, Carol Bolden, Clerk to the Board. Thank you. It was an honor to read. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Is that a form of a motion to approve?
I make a motion, we approve this resolution in honoring of Commissioner George Wayne Aycock Jr.
Okay. Got a motion on the floor. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Appointment Committee. We've got a motion to reappoint Robert Dunges and appoint Megan Hare to the Goldsboro Wayne Transportation Authority Advisory Board. And that is in the form of a motion from the Appointment Committee. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Okay, the motion passes. Consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed? And now we move to new business. Discussion on the appointment process to fill the vacancy on the Board of Commissioners.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there is a memo that I drafted and included in your packet, and unfortunately, state statute says that you all have to fill any vacancy within 60 days of the vacancy occurring. Due to the timing of Mr. Aycock's passing, I wanted to make sure that this got in front of you. before the holidays, so you can make a determination on how you would like to proceed. So I could answer any questions you have and explain how it's been done in the past. Like I said, the statute that's included in your packet, 158-27, governs how a vacancy is to be filled. You have 60 days, which again is January 17th of next year. In order to be eligible for the vacancy, the person must be of the same political party and, if appropriate, reside in the same district. Mr. Acott was your at-large commissioner, so there is no residency district residency requirement. They just must be a resident of Wayne County. So the person to be qualified has to be of the Republican Party and live in Wayne County. We are one of the 47, 48 state counties where we do not have, you all do not have to accept the recommendation of the Republican Party. State statute says that you do have to consult the local executive party, and then they make a recommendation. You have to consult them before you make any formal action to appoint them, but you're not governed by their recommendation.
Can I interrupt you there?
Yes, sir.
Is it our practice that we send a letter to the political party asking for their recommendation?
So most recently, this occurred in 2020 with Commissioners Bell, with Commissioner Gurley, and then with Commissioner Mayo. The process that the board at that time chose is the county attorney drafted a letter on behalf of the chair, and they sent that to the executive committee to move forward with that process, with their selection process. Because we're probably, I would say, about 5-6 weeks out from that deadline. At a minimum, I would recommend that you go ahead and direct your chair to send that letter to get that consultation with the local party moving. Also in 2020, what the board decided to do is to hold an application process. Now, this is separate and apart from the Republican Party, whatever process they would go through to recommend someone to you. The previous board opened up an application process where they publicly asked anyone who would qualify for the vacancy to submit a cover letter and then a resume for your consideration. That process was held open for approximately about 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, you all had about a week to review the applications, and then at your next meeting, you reviewed that. And then sometime, that was usually about a week or 2 weeks outside of your outside of the board's deadline. And then they made some sort of decision between the interviews and then the deadline itself. That was done a couple of different ways. I do have a proposed schedule if you all would like to look at that. I've given it to the clerk, but I didn't know if you wanted to look at that today as part of your decision-making process, but.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
suggest that we do see his proposal,
Okay.
so that we can make some determination.
While she's doing that, I would mention that this is different than what happened in 2020. So the state statute says that when a sitting commissioner passes away within the timeline that Mr. Acott did, the remaining portion of his unexpired term has to be filled by a special election. So that is going on right now. Filing for that special election opened up yesterday. That is separate and apart from your appointment. So that process, there will be a primary in March if there's multiple candidates that file for a party, and then there'll be a general election if there is a remaining Republican and Democrat. That person would be sworn in the first Monday of December next year. Whoever you appoint would serve from that appointment date to the time that the new commissioner, elected commissioner, was sworn in. It's totally up to your discretion whether or not that is the same person or not. It could be the same person, it could not be the same person. That would be for you all to decide. I just point that out because we were in a little bit different situation 5 years ago when we had the other vacancies on the board.
In going through this, we are having the deadline for the applicants to submit a letter of interest, resumes, and references to the county clerk by 5 PM on the 26th. Are we closed on the 26th?
Probably.
Are we? I believe we are actually, so we would need to change that.
So I would, when are we
That
actually
following
closing?
Monday?
Yeah, when are we actually closing for the holiday?
We could do that before,
Yeah, let's do that before.
23rd or something?
it would be the 23rd, would be the last business day that we're open.
Okay.
Or we could move it to the following Monday.
Well, in looking at the calendar, and I'm just speaking out of turn, y'all speak up if you've got any different. But if we go on the 23rd being the cutoff of applications, that would give us a week, even though it's over the holidays, it barely give us a week for us to actually interview applicant. Oh, I'm sorry, it's on the 6th is when it would be. So it would give us 2 weeks to
So it would be
review
your
those.
first meeting in January, would
Yeah.
be that.
I mean, what about a 2-week process to put in the application?
Here's kind of my thinking on it, and if I'm wrong, please say so. It's unique this time because you actually have a filing that is going on for the position. And if you, I personally would like to see it after the filing is over with, to see who's actually filing. Like I say, this is just a little bit different than our last time.
The end of the filing period is the 19th. So potentially, I think what Commissioner Daugherty is saying is if you did it the 16th, there would be 3 more days and potentially somebody might decide they want to file, but then also not have the ability to submit an application to you all. Then you run that risk.
So if you file for the position, you cannot be the interim commissioner, is that what you're saying?
Those are 2 separate,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's completely up to this board.
Mr. Chair.
So if you set Commissioner Foster, if you set it for the 16th, for the application deadline, there'd be 3 more days for somebody to file. So, I mean, in theory, somebody could, on the 17th, 18th, or 19th, go file, but then not have the ability to get you an application to fill this vacancy.
Yeah.
I mean, my only thing with that is you still got 2 weeks. So if you're gonna make up your mind, either way, you got 2 weeks if you're gonna make up your mind. But I'm fine with either way. I was just saying with having it 2 weeks by our next meeting, we would have these applicants. That was my only thing. So that'll give us a little bit of time to have them during our next meeting. But either way, it's fine with me. It doesn't matter to me either way.
Well, additionally, we have got to get a little bit of time here to get a letter together, get it to the Republican Party for them to meet the executive committee to make a recommendation back to us. So all that's kind of got to be handled over the next few days, few weeks.
And they meet Monday week, right?
They do. Yes, Commissioner Harrell, I think you.
I just wanted to echo what you said. I would like to personally wait for application deadline until after the filing period's closed so we can see who has filed and then see if they have also turned in an application for this appointment.
The filing period does end at 12 o'clock on the 19th, for what it's worth. So
At lunchtime, basically.
it ends at lunchtime on the 19th, so.
Well, we can, like I say, we could go to
Five.
deadline at noon on the 19th, or we can do the 22nd, 23rd.
How about that Monday, the Monday following the 19th?
Does anybody have any objection to changing that to the 22nd, which was the Monday following the 19th?
Could you put a time on that, Mr. Chair? Like, is it 5 PM then?
We usually do 5 by the end of business.
5 PM on the 22nd. Any objection? Okay, we're gonna go with the 22nd on deadline for applications. Then on the 6th, the Board of Commissioners will interview those applicants at the end of its regularly scheduled meeting. On the 6th, the Board of Commissioners can take action to fill the vacancy. The board may recess the January 6th meeting and have a notice of a special meeting.
And the only reason why I drafted it that way is it was done a couple of different times, different ways 5 years ago. I know at one meeting was recessed for a week, so they interviewed on one day and the board didn't feel comfortable taking action that same day. So they just recessed that meeting for a week and came back the following Tuesday. I believe, Ms. Aycock, when they took action on yours, that was very unique because it was so late in the application process. You were the only applicant. So they didn't see a need to recess that meeting. They just took action.
Well, if we'd only be
That
so
same day.
lucky as to only have one applicant.
Now, I have a question. So for instance, say for instance, the two candidates, if it's two candidates, and being that we have 6 individuals here, what happens if there's a tie? What do we do? What's gonna be the process?
You all would have to, I mean, we'd have to continue to address the issue until you fill it. If you were not able to fill it by the deadline, then by statute, the clerk of Superior Court would make the appointment. And she has 10 days to make that appointment. She is also obligated to consult the executive committee of that party, but she is not bound by that recommendation either. So to answer your question, if this board chooses not to act by January 17th, then the clerk of Superior Court, it falls to her to make that recommendation.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, so to clarify, on the 6th, we are going to interview. After those interviews, we may take action, or we may recess that and set another date. So we may decide that, let's give it a week and come back on the 13th, or whatever day we want to. We would, though, have to take some action by the 17th, and if we do not, then it automatically goes to the clerk of court for
That's
the
correct.
clerk of court to make that appointment. And I don't think we want to do that. So 17th is the cutoff. Any questions on any of this? Everybody okay with this schedule?
Do you think, and this is just for clerk purposes to be organized, that you would recess until the 13th?
No, I don't know that we will.
Don't know that yet?
I don't know that yet.
Okay.
I mean, we'll make that decision on the 6th. Okay, do I have a motion that we approve the modified procedures to appoint the vacant at-large commissioner seat?
And again, that's Monday.
Monday the 22nd at 5 p.m.
We'll all meet here. We're gonna meet here or?
No, that's the deadline for the applications.
Okay.
So they must submit applications by 5 p.m. on the 22nd. As soon as those applications are, after that date, those will then be sent. Can we email those? Mm-hmm.
That's how we've done it in the past.
We'll email all applications to all 6 commissioners for us to review over the holidays. On the 6th, then at that point, we will then meet, interview those applicants, may make a decision or may postpone that decision.
And those interviews would happen in an open meeting as part of your regular meeting.
Right, do I have a motion to approve the amended
So
procedures?
move.
All right, we have a motion. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand.
Thank you, that passed unanimously.
Now, if I might, before we go to our next topic here, my recollection is that we actually had developed a series of questions that this board asked those applicants, so that we asked the same questions to every applicant. And if you would also dust that off or produce that, and send that out when we're sending the applications.
We'll look into that. I do recall for the interviews, there was a
Well, we
basic list of questions.
right.
You all are certainly free to ask more questions
Absolutely.
afterwards, but I think we did provide you with a list.
Right. Yeah, you may ask all the questions you want to ask, but at least those questions were asked. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're moving on now to item 14.
Thank you.
Mr. Williams.
Resolution 2025-39, memorial resolution honoring the life and legacy of Ms. Adine George, founder of HGDC Community Crisis Center in Wayne County, North Carolina. Whereas Wayne County honors them and remembers citizens whose lives were defined by service, leadership, compassion, and unwavering dedication to the well-being of others. And whereas Ms. Adine George, founder of the HGDC Community Crisis Center, devoted her life to supporting individuals and families facing hardship, crisis, and instability, offering hope, guidance, and essential resources to countless residents. And whereas Ms. George established the HGDC Community Crisis Center with a mission rooted in dignity, equity, and compassion, ensuring that those in need receive not only assistance, but respect, encouragement, and a pathway towards stability. And whereas, through her visionary leadership, Ms. George cultivated partnerships, inspired volunteers, and strengthened community networks that continue to uplift and empower vulnerable populations across Wayne County. And whereas her dedication, integrity, and tireless advocacy have created a profound and lasting impact on the community she lovingly served. And whereas on November 29, 25, Ms. Adine George passed away, leaving behind a legacy of service that will continue to inspire future generations. And whereas Wayne County wishes to honor her life, her leadership, and her immeasurable contributions, and now therefore be it resolved that the Wayne County Board of Commissioners formally recognizes and honors the life and legacy of Ms. Adine George and expresses its deepest gratitude for the transformative impact of her work, adopted this second day of December 2025. Thank you.
That in the form of a motion?
That is in the form of a motion.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All right. We now will move to public comments. Was anybody signed up for public comments?
Yes, sir, I have a Mr. Melvin Taft who has signed up.
Okay, Mr. Tapp.
If you give me just a moment to start the timer, sir.
Okay, Mr. Tapp.
No, but like, this thing is running, 4 minutes is kind of short, but I hope I can get it done, and we should chop it off when I run out of time. This is one of the issues that I think needs to be changed or addressed, is to give a person ample time to be able to speak before the commission. I appreciate you all taking time to listen to me, as you've seen me up here a number of times before. I've been coming since August, and I've had one commissioner that took time to spend some time with me to look at my concerns in District 2 and District 4. I travel the county through my business, and I have a lot of business associates and customers in every district, and even on outside the county. Some of the issues that we looked at were code enforcement issues, and they're still there. Not one thing has changed. I would ask the commissioners to become more involved with the people. That is not happening. It takes engagement of the commissioners to be among the people. Of the 75 or so people now that I've talked through concerning commission things, as I've come to address things here in the county, only one person, and this is sad to say for the people also, only one person knew what district they lived in. Not one person knew who their commissioner was. Not one. That's not only bad on the part of the people, it speaks for you all too. I would encourage you to engage the people within your district. That's not happening. Some things that are of real concern to me, I'm concerned about a lot of things, as I see, and I'm a critic in a lot of ways, but I'm an analyst, and that's by nature from the kind of work I do. The code enforcement in the south side of the county is non-existent. I don't know who's in charge, and that's become a problem with every agency that I touch. It seems to be no one is really in charge. From the county fire marshal to the code enforcement office, they talk to me, but they just don't ever have time. Although they say they'll get back with me to meet with me, they have time. They not have time. They're so busy being business, they don't have time to take care of business. That's the way it seems. That's the way it is. For an example, I made a call probably a month ago or something about tires, burning tires, on a Sunday morning in District 2. I had to go through it. I figured I've tried to do it in as easy and as diplomatic way as I possibly could, and first drove up to the fire department to see if anybody might be at the fire department in Dudley. No one was there, so I made the call from the fire department and talked to a dispatcher who was, in the beginning, was very courteous. But we had to go through a protocol. Where is it located? I give it that. How big is the fire? Is it contained? Is it close to a building? Or any small children in the building? Or any elderly? I finally got aggravated. I said, how about send the brush truck I have with somebody to squirt some water on? And then a few minutes later, I got a call, about 15 minutes later, I got a call from a deputy. I don't know how he got involved, but I think I know. They wanted to be rude to me and tell me that I could not be rude to his dispatcher. His dispatcher. Now, I don't know how he owns a dispatcher, but that don't sit good with me. Some other issues is dead chickens scattered up and down 117. From where George Street hits 117 down to Bojangles area. There was a dead animal truck that scattered, I don't know how many chickens down through there. And I'm through. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Our next item is our county manager's report.
Andrew does have one announcement about Rosewood Middle School.
I was on an email yesterday, and I just wanted to make sure that all the commissioners were aware that the Daniels and the public schools have scheduled a topping out ceremony at Rosewood Middle School, so that will be next Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. I just wanted to make sure that all of you were aware of that. And they are asking, I think, that you RSVP, so if you can just get with the clerk, I'm sure she could do that for you.
I have sent that to all of them.
Okay, I
as
just
well.
wanted to make sure that nobody missed that.
Did we receive an email on it?
I believe it went out to everybody, but
You did.
I don't know. There was a bunch of people listed, so I wanted to make sure while you were all here that you all were aware.
No further comments other than that.
Okay. All right, now we've got Board of Commissioner comments. Commissioner Williams.
Again, I want to send my condolences to the Wayne Aycock family. He's truly going to be missed. He served our community, for decades, and, that's a lot. That's a big loss for this county. So definitely want to send my condolences out to the family. Want to send my condolences also out to the George family. Miss Adine, she did a lot of great things. I remember meeting her 10 years ago. Going to the Slocum and Elms center that she had. She did a lot of great things for people who were displaced, homeless, or just needed a shower, so she's going to be missed. That's all I have, sir.
Mr. Foster.
No comment.
Mr. Harrod.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, want to acknowledge Mr. Wayne and his service that we were able to attend, and it was a wonderful celebration of his life and service to his community and his family, and it was really heartwarming to see, all of the support from first responders, law enforcement officials, and just community people that love Mr. Wayne and the support that he's given to the community. So again, echoing everybody in here, just our prayers are still with that family, especially through the holidays, as those have lost loved ones through the holidays. Giving an update on, wages. I serve on the wages board, and wages is, even though the federal government has opened back up, federal monies flow very slowly. So wages that, serves over 800 children in our community is still waiting for their notice of award. I checked with their CEO this morning, and still waiting for notice of award and to be able to proceed to get those students back and 140 employees back to work. I do hope that everyone had a really good Thanksgiving and safe Thanksgiving and enjoyed some time with their family and their loved ones, because that's really important. We've got Christmas coming up, and just a thank you for what it's worth to whoever decorated our commission room. I really appreciate it. It looks nice. I know there are little details that sometimes people don't get patted on the back and say thank you, but just thank you for making it a little festive in here. And thank you for what everybody does. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Vice Chair?
Chip done it with one hand.
Nice job, sir.
Well, I'm gonna say this, I know it's not springtime, I've got spring colors on, but I wore pink in our own way, but it's breast cancer, awareness stuff, so. We are gonna miss him, he's a true friend, been a friend for a long time, like a father figure. But I will ask the board, at the next meeting, I talked with, Brian Taylor, the fire marshal, asked that we retire, his call number 9701, do a resolution and retire his call number. I'd like to wish, we will be back another meeting, but wish everybody Merry Christmas if we don't come back for some reason. And we do have some parades coming up, weather permitting, so, and I appreciate the board's support as vice chair. So, thanks, sir.
Thank you. Commissioner Aycock?
Congratulations, Mr. Chairman Daltrey and Commissioner Willie. I know you both will do a great job. Yes, Wayne's family, I thought about them extensively during Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving was always big for their family. They had a big get-together and everything. And I asked, please just keep Linda Aycock in your prayers and everything, because, this has been a big change for her as well. And also Christmas, we're getting busy, and involved in Christmas and everything. But also remember those that are in need as well, there's a lot of people in need right now. And thank you for your comments too, keeping us informed in what the community is, asking from us. Sometimes we get busy in our schedules and maybe we overlook, maybe being more involved in the community. But we are involved in a lot of the meetings and different things with the community. But maybe, more out in the community. I'm guilty of that. I just kind of take for granted that everybody knows who I am because I live in the community. But thank you for reminding me of that. And any kind of suggestions that you have for us, we appreciate it. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I do sincerely want to thank the board for your trust in me as chairman for the upcoming year. I want to tell you what my focus will be, and that is I want to strengthen how we as a board work together. We are a team. Sometimes we forget that we are a team. But we want to make sure that every commissioner knows that their ideas, their thoughts, their suggestions, their perspectives are all valued as we make these decisions. Each commissioner brings a different set of experiences, strengths, and insights. That diversity, though, is what enables us to make sound and balanced decisions. The year ahead has got some challenges, to say the least, that we're going to have to find solutions to. And we do need to be working as a team in order to bring about the best solutions to those for Wayne County. I did also want to make sure that everyone was aware of a few things, and that is that when it comes down to commissioner appointments, I'm asking you to give me some time because I think it would be best that we hold off on making those appointments until we actually have our seventh commissioner appointed. But in the meantime, if you'll send me a text or an email in regards to those appointments that you cherishly want to remain on, I will try to accommodate those as best I can. But let me know where you all would like to serve and what positions. We do have Christmas parades coming up this week, and they should be all on your calendar. I'm hoping that Saturday will not be a rain out. I do understand it's supposed to be rainy. And I'm hoping that we have a backup plan. I remember one year it was raining so hard, we literally had to take a van and all of us were waving out the windows. So, hopefully we'll have a
Put the top
backup
up
plan.
on the.
Is that with the umbrellas?
No, it wasn't with, that was with an umbrella. No, we were actually inside the van. It was cold and rainy. I mean, it was pneumonia weather.
Bring a bimini top from the beach when you come
I
back.
hear you.
We'll be there. Raining.
We mentioned the topping out of Rosewood Middle School. Also, I want to remind everyone that the Wayne County Employee Christmas Lunch is going to be on Wednesday, the 10th, 11 o'clock at the Maxwell Center.
And the 8th and the 9th.
And if we can going forward, here's my first request, and that is if we could have a printout of the calendar for each one of us so that will remind us of those upcoming events for the upcoming 2 weeks. I think that would help us out a great deal. There are a lot of activities and meetings that are planned, and sometimes we forget them. They fall through the cracks. So maybe we can have a refresher at each meeting in regards to the upcoming events.
I do have the events printed out and put in your boxes.
Well, I never get everything off the box, so if you led with our other agenda items, I appreciate it. I'm sorry, I don't stop in to get things out of my box. I apologize. Okay, with that, I think we wanted to go back
One
into.
thing,
Yes,
Duke Energy's, exercise has been postponed.
What now?
Duke Energy's exercise today at 11 has been postponed to
It has been.
today because of the weather.
Oh, okay, well, good. Okay, anything else? Anyone else have anything? Then I think we wanted to go back into closed session. Do I have a motion? We go into closed session.
So moved for.
All right, we got a motion to
Same
go in,
reasons as before.
for the same reasons that we previously had stated.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed? Okay.
Let me get a all clear.
this morning, like, man, I'm not going to no gym. I normally get up at 5.
Okay, we're adjourned.